A post-mortem examination on the body of Bashir Mohamed, who was murdered and dumped in Kirinyaga, revealed chilling details about his last moment. Bashir had been strangled. His body also bore evidence of torture. Investigative agencies will now be pressed to solve this murder that adds to the list of disturbing killings in the country. Gina Kirori is still on that story.
The hushed conversations at the Umash funeral home only masked the gravity of the gruesome murder of the late Bashir Mohamed on his family and friends who gathered here for the results of an autopsy conducted on his body, which was found floating along River Nyamindi in Kirinyaga on the 16th of May. A few minutes shy of 12 p.m., the painful yet anticipated results of the autopsy on the body of Bashir were released, revealing sordid details of his last moments.
As per the post-mortem report, is death by strangulation, but there's also quite a bit of evidence of torture on his body. There are trauma on the head consistent with being hit by a blunt object. There are burns on his body. There is evidence of, torture on his toes and his nails.
The revelation of the suffering that Bashir endured only added salt to the wounds of grief for his family.
We will never forgive those who killed Bashir. And we expect God will punish them as quickly as possible. We are praying day and night, and God will accept our prayers.
The heavy clouds that cloaked the Langata cemetery, perhaps matching the weight of his death on Bashir's family, as they laid him to rest hours after the autopsy. If generosity and jolliness had a name, it was Bashir Mohamed. That is, if accounts from his family on his character are anything to go by. Born 35 years ago, Bashir Mohamed was making great strides in his career as a structural engineer and was even involved in several high-level projects such as the Uhuru Park in Kisumu. Bashir had also become a father just days before his vile murder.
Very respectful man, very helpful man, a man who is actually always joyful. I have seen the way I have seen him, and I have never seen him to have somebody who actually have a negative phenomenon, a negative character.
The onus is now on the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to intensify efforts to find Bashir's killers and answer several questions, such as who blocked his car as he left the Miale Lounge in Kileleshwa, which was later found burnt down in Gong Forest, who tortured the late businessman and later murdered and dumped him in Kirinyaga, and most importantly, what was the motive? The country's investigative agencies have been criticized for their lackluster response to criminal cases that have gone cold. Case in point being the high-profile murders such as those of Chris Musando, Jacob Juma and Karin Chepchumba. What took place during the 3-day period that Bashir Mohamed went missing and when his body was gruesomely discovered is at the heart of the investigation into the businessman's murder. The truth and justice is a fight that the family says will be fought to the very end. Gina Kirori, NTV.